So today we had our SFG conference for year 2017, well, yesterday and today. And on Saturday we probably had around 1,000 people, and then today probably more. Really good service. God really blessed us. And today he actually changed the whole program. Probably a good 80% of the program completely changed. Many people came out for an altar call. Many people promised God that they will change their lives, they will live their lives differently. But you're going to go home. What will change? Is anything going to change? Or is you go somewhere to a conference, you make these promises, you make these resolutions. God, I'm going to live my life differently. I'm going to do things differently. Does anything actually change? Or you go home, you go back to your school, you go back to your work, you go back to your mundane life, and everything remains the same? I see that sometimes in me. I go to these conferences, I get fired up, I'm like, I'm going to do things different, I'm going to live differently, I'm going to have all these things. And then I look 2 weeks later and that it's no longer there. Why? Why does that happen to us? What's the reason? What's the primary reason why it happens in our hearts? That when we have this euphoria, when we have this feeling, God is present, Holy Spirit is working, we promise all these things. But then we go home, we leave that behind, and we forget all of our promises. We forget all this that we promised to God. How I wish this would be different. How I wish that we would actually take these promises and they don't just remain a promise for us. They just don't remain something that we said when we are feeling good, when we are feeling Holy Spirit, when God was touching our hearts. But we actually go home and actually do it. We actually live these things. We change our life. So, it's 2017. My call to all of you, let's change. If you were here at the conference, let's actually change. Let's do something different. Let's live differently. Let's actually take this promise that you made and implement it in your life. So it would not be just a promise. So it would not be just something that I said when I was feeling this euphoria, when I was feeling this good feeling that God was touching my heart. But actually, it would go into our lives and it would become practical in our lives. It would become practical in my life. So people would look at us and say, hey, something did change after this conference. Their life has changed. It's the challenge for you. It's a challenge of the modern times, as the conference is called. It's a challenge to live like a disciple, like a follower of Christ. I hope you can take this and actually do it. Thank you.